Savannah, and Amber. Dun, dun, dun. The stream is perfect.
It's much like my hair. See, I left it for you this time. She always moans at me. She always says, "You're always the one who just chimes in first." And I thought, I'm just going to say nothing.
Well, it wouldn't have been funny if I'd have waited for him, because I usually get talked over.
That would have been this monster mind the gap moment. Mind the gap. That's it.
Well, hello, Amber. Hello, Wendy. Happy Monday.
Gosh, hello, guys. You guys are up before us. It's marvellous. It's marvellous. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes,
Monday
welcome
again.
Welcome to the Magickal Monday, where all kinds of mystical mayhem.
Oh my gosh, all kinds of people are chiming in
Oh
here.
gosh, hello Mike, hello Anne-Marie, hello Samson.
Hello.
How are you? Thank you for joining us. That's awesome. And Marlena.
Marmalena.
Good noon. Good noon. Have I been saying good morning? I have, haven't I? It's not. I've got to realise, it's when we get to noon, it's no longer morning. So you have to say good morning. And Amber sent us a super chat. Well, thank
you, Amber.
Thank you. That's very sweet of you. Okay.
All right.
I love it. She's making the lights flash. Look, you can't really tell when we've got the big lights on, but
we have really been treating YouTube as a second job. So some of you might have noticed that we are kind of head down and getting on with it.
Oh, hey, Carol. Welcome. How you doing?
And our goal was to get to 100 shorts.
I think we've gone
And in
through
this
that.
month, we managed to get more than 100 shorts. And we want to use this platform to try to help people.
Oh.
So you'll notice that the shorts that have been coming out in the morning are shorts for daily mantra, meaning that you can use them to speak things into being. So we did a short for each of the big deals, right?
Yeah.
We did.
You say we. I just put them together.
Well, I couldn't have done it without the editor, let me tell you. So we did prosperity, healing,
I think healing went
positive
out this morning.
energy. Yeah, healing went out today.
Positive energy was the first.
Positive
one,
energy, then love, then money.
Or positive
Money,
energy,
love,
money,
whatever.
love. One, yeah. All the big ones are going to be covered.
So you're going to see like protection, all these other daily mantras. So you can go to that group of the mantra mandalas.
Daily mantra mandalas.
And you can recharge that for yourself whenever you feel challenged. Because many times the thing that we're working on, whether it be healing or prosperity or whatever it is, the thing that we're working on is a thing that we find hardest to believe. And we trust the negative roommate that says, you don't deserve that.
That's true.
So anytime you're feeling like the negative roommate is getting on your case, or, sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll be like, oh my God, I'm worried about this, that, or the other thing. And we know that worrying is manifesting in reverse. You could stop and you can go to that little mantra mandala and you can just deep breath it and follow it. Look at the picture that's very hypnotic and speaks to your third eye. I mean, you can see just me moving my hands like this is very hypnotic. And you can say things like, I am open to healing. Hi, Anna.
Hey, Anna.
I am open to healing. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be well. I deserve to be wealthy, or whatever it is that you're working on. And just, stick with that for a few minutes until you feel that you're back on the right track, Because honestly, whatever we tell the universe is what the universe is going to listen to. So if we say, oh my gosh, I'm worried and I think this is horrible, well then it's going to be horrible. But if you think, wait a minute, I'm a powerful, amazing, positive, loving human being, and I deserve to be well or wealthy or comfortable or whatever it is. Those mandala things will help you.
They really do. I'm going to chip in my 2 cents worth here, and really suggest this is how you do it. First off, for the geeky people out there, understand we're all part of the universe singing in praise of itself. Everything is connected. It's all connected in ways we can't necessarily quantify or explain. I mean, you only got to have a brief journey into quantum physics or quantum mechanics.
Right, the Native Americans called it the fabric, right?
Yeah, and it is. It's literally like that. When you pull on something, it's almost like you're pulling the whole fabric of everything. And so you can affect it. You affect it. So, Gilda's a channel member as well. Awesome, thank you. That's fantastic. So what I would suggest with these mandalas, because it's a great way to start the day, which is why, God forbid we put them up at 8 in the morning. Can you imagine that? Us, 8 o'clock. We're likely to be still working then, possibly.
No.
Yeah. Well, no,
we
that's
go to
probably
bed by
pushing.
2. We usually go to bed by 2.
That's probably pushing it. That's
We
pushing it.
usually go to bed by 2. We're old musicians.
Well,
we're
that's true.
second shifters. That's our nature in life.
That's true. We achieve a lot in the later the day. That's definitely true. So what I would suggest, it's a great way to start your day. And if you've never seen these before, after this, go ahead and check them out. They're in the daily mantra mandalas, and I think there's three or four of them up right now.
Yeah, positive
But
energy,
all of
love, money, and healing are up right now.
Okay. So whatever you feel like you want to be focusing on, take that mandala and first time just follow along. Let yourself get lost in the words and lost in that kind of hypnotic moving thing, because the idea is to get your brain into it was not alpha, is it? It's like there's a deeper state where your subconscious really sort of comes alive, and the part of you that is aware sort of gets stimulated, and you connect to that kind of magical you in there. And that's what we want to do. We want to get you into this. The whole idea of saying mantras, they go back thousands of years, literally. And the idea is to get lost in it. Well, you can get lost in the imagery, and as you get to know it better, start, speaking the words along for yourself and declaring that to be, your truth. This is where you are. And you will start to attract that energy to you. And it is a lather, rinse, repeat process. This is not a one-shot deal, do it and forget about it. Keep coming back to it, and you'll be amazed at how your life starts to transform, because your focus has gone where it needs to be, not on the things you don't want, because worrying is honestly manifestation in reverse. So really give that a go.
And we did choose colors and patterns and music, tones and sounds to go along with all of those.
You can get lost in them. Yeah, it's very much, it threw me straight back to when Lisa did her first album, and we hadn't been together very long. I'm like,
about a year maybe.
1999, I want to say this was.
We were only together about a year.
1999, maybe 2000 at the outside, so it's going back. It was like last century almost. It was last century, Darren. And we did, I just helped engineer a little bit, her chakra crystal workshop and meditation. It was a double CD, remember CDs? Yeah, remember CDs? They used to have them. But this was, we just got lost. We got lost in her voice. And I urge you to do the same, to go and get lost. There's a good thing for an English person to say to you. Go and get lost.
Go and get lost.
Go and get lost. But seriously, please do that. And if you like them, just pimp them out all over the place. Tell your friends.
Well, they're meant to help people.
They are, please.
They're meant to help people, and I think that they will. I mean, I've been watching the healing one on purpose for myself.
Well, eat your own dog food,
Well, because I was missing in action for quite some time.
You were. You're on
Everybody
the mend
keeps asking me, "Oh, how are you?"
I gotta say, you look really good today. You look at your.
I am feeling better every day. That's my mantra. I'm feeling better every day. So
there you go. Samson says theta waves. I believe that's what the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Delta, theta.
Yeah. I think it's theta is where you want to get into. It's a very special mind state which can help. Anyway, sorry. Right, continue.
So instead of telling them how I really feel, I say I'm feeling better every day, and that's all good. So that's where we're at.
You got to really feel it. When you really feel it.
When you really feel it, you'll be it. Yeah.
That's it. It is. Right. I'll see it when I believe it.
The other thing we're doing is a bunch of crystal shorts. so that people can learn about stones. Who's this here now?
Well, this is somebody who says, I don't believe tarot cards and astrology, but I enjoy watching them. I love people who don't believe in astrology. We actually have...
It's like gravity.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't
You don't
care
have to
whether you
believe
believe
it.
in it or not. You drop the cup, it's still going to fall, I can assure you. There are centuries of empirical evidence that fully support it. And I can't tell you the number of people that have got involved in astrology just specifically to poo-poo it and come away going, oh my God.
Oh my God.
What?
But it's okay. You don't have to believe in it. It still works.
Yeah, it's, I love it. I love it as well.
Well, no, I mean, we've been talking a lot about it and talking about the Uranus shift and earthquakes and wind events. And, there's all kinds of things that if you really look, you can see. It is astrologos. It is written in the stars. It's a different language. In fact, I was talking with Sean Christopher on Saturday.
Oh, Anne-Marie sent us a super chat. Thank you, Anne-Marie. It's very sweet of you. Making the lights flash.
I was talking with Sean Christopher on Saturday because I was saying, I really wish I spoke another language. And he's like, well, you kind of do. You speak astrology. Oh, I said, and I speak tarot too. So
you speak tarot rather
so
well, I have to
there's
say.
my two languages that I speak. All right. So crystal shorts are going up. We're working on those that you could try to learn more about the stones. But again, they're just going to be little shorts.
What about tarot for tomorrow? Has everybody seen tarot for tomorrow? This is pretty cool. This goes up 8
The night
p.m.
before.
every single day, and the tarot reading is for tomorrow. And it's quite spooky in some places, I have to say. One of them was decidedly spooky. You actually get to hear...
Oh, that was really weird.
Yeah.
That's the ten of cups, I think it was. Anyway,
well, I
don't
forget
know.
the day, but I know Gilda discovered it and said
can
that as
hear
well.
it,
So
yeah.
if you're
a
watching
weird
and you
double
can
voice
tell
there.
everybody the date, Gilda, please, because we can't remember anymore.
But it was really funny because the one, I think it was Saturdays, so it was Friday night it went up for Saturday, and it said that a legal matter was possibly being settled and you could receive some money. And, I do them in a big bunch, and I just channel them and do them, whatever, read the cards. And we got 2 checks from a Zoom settlement, and I thought, well, that's hysterical. I mean, they're only $50, but it's more money than we had in the morning.
It is, and it was indeed a legal settlement. It was a result of a class action or something
Isn't
like
that
that.
funny?
I think it was Zoom, but I'm
So
not entirely
I just
sure.
think it's funny when the cards speak. But yes, I thought instead of doing a daily card, I would do a little mini reading the night before to try to set people up to make the most of the opportunities that are going to be there, right? Some of them are tricky to navigate, but at least it'll help us a little bit. All right. Also, the tarot scopes went up. So the monthly, it's called Esoteric Consultations, because that's the name of our corporation that owns the Awareness Shop. And you can get the overview for the month of the planetary alignments and things that are happening there. And it talks about the new moon and full moon, that kind of thing. And then there's an individual scope for each sign. And I always tell people, if you know your rising sign, you should listen to that one too. But yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff on the channel now. It's really grown a lot.
Thank you for
We
that.
are so appreciative of everyone who subscribed. We gained 1,000 more than 1,000 members in the month of February.
On what? On YouTube?
YouTube.
Oh, wow.
We
Okay.
gained more than 1,000 members.
Outstanding.
on
Oh, somebody
YouTube.
sent us another
And we got
super something.
we have 6 members. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, we're getting...
And we were able to get a merch shelf, so that was really cool.
We should be wearing our merch, shouldn't
All
we? We should be plugging it
All right.
shamelessly. But
And
never-
for people who are interested in the barn restoration thing,
oh, yeah.
today's episode, things take a little bit of a twist.
It's an interesting one
So
today. You've got to catch
it'll
that.
be a fun
catch
one
that
for you
one.
to watch.
It's
And
cool.
tomorrow or Wednesday, the new videos will come out for April's full moon and April's new moon kits.
We better go on and stick with that.
And witchy wonders. So even if you don't have the subscription, the monthly subscription, you'll get all the correspondences and information so that you can write your own ritual for the new moon or the full moon. So that the idea of it is to be supportive to the people who are on the subscription, to be supportive of the people who are in the Stuart tradition who want to know about the correspondences, and then also to be supportive to the solitary practitioners who are like, okay, so it's going to be the whatever full moon, what the hell does that mean, and how do I make the most of that? So those will be up shortly, and I'm really excited about the Witchy Wonders one.
It's a damn good one this month.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Yeah. All right.
Gosh, lots of people saying lots of things. Let's, Khalid, let's just say it depends how you define God or the big good thing, you know. We perhaps have a different take on it than you. We honour absolutely everybody's take on whatever their personal truth is, their own path of spirituality is perfectly sweet and happy by us.
Well,
but where I am, you know, it all comes down to energy and divine energy, if you like, is that coming from universal source, whatever. We could spend, you know, it's too early in the day and there's no beer here.
No, I know, but no, I believe in Genesis it talks about the signs in the heavens, and there are several other references to planting by the moon.
There's also a people east of Eden, I would point out as well. So you know, but
well,
you know,
the North Star and the Star of Bethlehem, all that kind of business. But and in Revelations you'll find the 12 steps made of crystal, and each one of them corresponds to a zodiac sign. So there are hidden references in the Christian Bible. But again, that's only one spoke in the wheel, you know. All roads lead to Om.
Well, yeah, the entire, both Islam and the Judaic calendars are actually based on lunar cycles as well. So there's got to be something in there, you know, before you totally poo-poo it. So, you know, it's nobody's saying that the cards are. It's all of these things are just a means to get you more in touch with spirit, right, for want of a better word. So that's how divination is. You know, think about to divine. Where does it come from? You know, the giveaways in the name, isn't
and
it?
the archangels are in the tarot as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes, they are.
There's a lot of different mythologies and pathways illuminated in the tarot. All right, so these people are all giving us money. This is wild.
This is beautiful as well.
And Gilda's saying it's March 2nd?
March 2nd. March 2nd is the one. You want to hear something spooky.
So
for those
weird.
of you that don't know this, go check out the Tarot for Tomorrow, because there is a playlist for that. Tarot for Tomorrow for March 2nd. And it's... I
recorded it on my phone.
Yeah,
just like holding my phone, talking to my phone.
You don't call pentacles coins.
No, I usually call pentacles pentacles. But
I've never heard you call them coins, but somehow you hear this whispered voice just before she speaks, and it continues behind her, which is like really weird. And I don't know how you do that. I assure you, the audio is in no way doctored, so it's
it was
just
the
like,
spirit guide.
It's just weird.
And
totally
Anna
weird.
says.
Crystal shorts are great for those of us with unidentified crystals lying around. I had mahogany obsidian and didn't know. Well, there you go. Hey, we've got a ton to do.
Yeah, we have 130 different crystals at the store.
It's going to be a long-term project.
Right, but that's just the different crystals. That's not saying, oh, we have one in rough and one in tumbled. We're just counting that as one.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of work to do.
We
to
do.
Get those up.
But they're going to be a valuable resource. I mean, this is part and parcel of this is all part and parcel of our new website, which is going to be something to behold. You know, it's a vaporware at the moment. Well, it's not vaporware; it actually exists, but I can't send you there. But we're working hard on making this, you know, as interactive as physically possible. So it's a place where you can get a lot of information. And you
right.
can
So
go
it's not
back
just, you know, here's the picture of the stone, buy it for $3. It is a reference guide, like Anna's saying. Oh, that's the one I have. Okay, I can't remember why I bought it. Oh, right, it does this, so now I can use it again because I understand what its intention is. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So
Gosh, yeah.
So we're really trying to share the information that we have amassed over the last 30-something years on this path, you know?
It is true.
You get to a place and you realize, oh gosh, you know, there's an awful lot of data in here. You know.
There is. Unfortunately, our hard drives are still functioning. They haven't.
Well, I don't know. I think mine has been my disk has been fragmented sometimes.
We have to defragment it a little bit, I think. So the amazing thing is that there is, of course, a hidden agenda for our ulterior motive, or an ulterior motive for our hidden agenda, and that is by making us less of a well-kept secret, which is what we're trying to do. It becomes so much easier to generate the revenue stream to make Celtica a reality, which is what we're really focused on. And that's the whole idea of channel membership and all that kind of thing. And I actually put a link in the description of today's live. So for those of you that couldn't find the channel membership, if you go to the description, which I think you can do on a phone, you can click on that and become a channel member. And
yeah, you have to be on a certain page in order to do the membership thing.
I don't know. Some people say they can't figure it out on a mobile, but I haven't actually watched this while we're online.
So should we just do one card for the people who gave money? Because we're not going to do...
Yeah, tonight we're not.
Tonight
no.
we don't have readings tonight.
I have another obligation. I have to go wear another hat.
Public access television.
Yes, but I like TV.
And then next Monday night, I teach astrology class. So if you back up, I think Amber is first.
Amber was first.
Oh, she's still there.
Yeah. No, Amber and
all right, Amber,
Anna.
I'm going to do one card for you.
Marlena. Why not?
All
right.
Go
for it.
And then I'm going to do one card for each member, too.
Yes, because members are always going to get
So
stuff
first
for
I'm
free.
going to do Amber. So Amber, it's time to kind of relax and don't push yourself so quickly, but also whatever you feel is your authority. It may be time to gently push forward your authority, right? So I will do that. I will not do that. This is the Aries card, so will is a big part of Aries energy. I know you're not Aries, but this is the information that's coming for you. So I will do that, I will not do that, and to do it with a more gentle nature rather than the Aries.
Do I get to chime in real quick? Because I'll be really, really fast. This card is the king of wishful thinking for me. Wishful is not a bad thing. Without a wish, you can't achieve anything. Without a thought, you can achieve nothing. If you can think it, you can do it. That's what this card tells me. And as Lisa says, Aries, we're about to move into it. A couple of weeks, we'll be at the equinox. 0 degrees Aries, great time to actually spring forward and get things going. So if you can think it, you can do it. That's the only bit of advice I would give for you.
Now,
Anna Marie.
Oh,
hello. That'll do.
Right. This is, for you, I feel like it's managing money. Putting money aside for the future, using some for things that you want to do right now, and then maybe allowing yourself something for one of your whims or dreams. So I feel like this next couple months is going to be about managing money. Do you want to chime in on that too?
I'm going to say that as well. And this, to me, this card is a very positive card as regards finances, but it also has that little, there's always a flip side to a coin, and this being the Four of Coins, or the Four of Pentacles, if you will. You've got to look on the other side of that coin, and hoarded wealth is not good. It really isn't. And so there's that propensity to like squirrel everything away and, save it for a rainy day. What's the purpose of life? Spend a little, enjoy yourself.
Right. When you get a lump sum of money, you should always do some little thing that you've wanted to do with it. Right?
Exactly.
Yes, there's a purpose for a lot of it, and it's important to put aside for a rainy day or for the future, but it's also important to indulge yourself a little bit.
Reward yourself. You earned it. Literally.
All right.
And Marmalade. I can't say that word.
Now, we know this is the union card or the partnership card.
Oh, hello.
So I feel like your partnership is going to become more and more important. But I also think that you are going to focus on social life a little more. You know, things have been really locked down for so long that many of us lost touch with being able to entertain or go to people's homes and things like that. So I feel like there's a want to break free and a want to be more social. And I think that that is also going to include your partner in those social activities.
I agree. I love this card. And whilst this does represent a union and a partnership, it's really interesting to note that they're not gazing at each other, but they're looking out. So they've not been subsumed by each other. I know that's a big word. You know, not like coalesced and become one being. They're still two individuals with very much their own interests. And I think that's very important for you. You choose to work together, but you maintain your individuality and your own thing, and I think that's good because it makes for a really, really healthy relationship. Because you've got something to share. You know, you've got something to say. Hey, you know, I learned about whatever and all this sort of stuff. And I love this. We're thinking because we're in the time of Alder right now, and this bridge jumps out at me so often. And you know, I think of Ben de Gaidran and here would be a leader must first be a bridge, you know, avo ben byd bont in Welsh. And it really is that, you know, sometimes, excuse me, sometimes we need to be that bridge that brings people together as well. So yeah, bridging differences, but maintain your individuality. I think that's a good thing. There you go.
All right,
So
now-
we've done it. We should do probably a card for the day as well. No,
No,
we're only
look-
halfway through. We've
all
got
right,
still.
look,
I'll
we've
calm
got a
down
lot to.
now.
Yeah. We're gonna
She's
do.
revved me up.
We're gonna do Anna because she's a member.
Oh yes, of course, and Gilda.
Oh, well, Anna,
Hello.
same as Anna Marie. It looks like there is some sort of payout or investment that's coming to fruition. And for you, though, I feel like information is something that's very important to you, and that you are going to be collecting a lot of information and bringing that into your heart center. So, again, allow yourself to invest in yourself a little bit. And for you, it might be time as well as money, right? So you might have the funds to purchase the things that you want to dive into, and you need to budget some time to do that too.
Yeah, and I'm going to go pretty much with what Lisa says, and I believe that this is, you're hoarding something here, but what you're hoarding here is a treasure of information. And I really feel that this is, you know, it's something that's very important to you. This is, I must say, it's like something you've wanted to do for a lot of your life. And that you're going to build something which is a wonderful foundation that will endure long after you've shuffled off this mortal coil, which I think is a wonderful, wonderful, you know, you're not shuffling off this mortal coil anytime soon. Don't get that wrong. Well, what I'm talking about is this is something that is, you know, it's almost like your magnum opus, if you will. And I think this is a really, really good thing for you. Don't allow it to just consume every living moment of you and every single, you know, brain cell obsessed with it. You got to play too, you know. You've got, this is the flip side of that coin. Whilst you can be very serious about this, and it is a very serious work, I think it's something that you have to play too, you know.
Well,
all
that's
work and no play makes Jack a dull
Completely
boy.
conflicting information, but I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Well,
all right, Gilda.
I don't know. I don't think it conflicts.
Oh, Gilda, earned money.
Oh, hello.
All right.
There's a lot of wealth going on today.
Yeah, spring is going to spring you forward into a great opportunity. So I think you've been looking for a while for something to do that feeds your soul as well as your financial bottom line. And I think you're going to find it soon.
All right. And just to provide the counterbalance of contraindicated information, I love this card, but this is saying it's time for you to get out of your comfort zone and actually venture out into the the brave. You know, you gotta go through that little archway. It may not, the road may not be at all clear. In fact, there isn't. So you're gonna have to blaze your own path here, but the reward is going to be fantastic. So if you have the heart, the hoil, to actually do this, you're going to love it. And now's your time, girl. Now's your time. Come on. Should I just put it back?
Yep.
All right.
So, happy full moon.
Oh yes.
Full moon is tomorrow.
Lunacy.
So the full moon that's coming tomorrow is the Virgo full moon. And we know that because the moon is always full opposite the sun. So if you were born today, you would be Pisces. So therefore, if the moon is full today, it is in Virgo. And, we refer to Virgo as Virgo the Virgin. And it's a sign that governs fertility, not just pregnancy, but also like fertile ground or financial fertility, things like that. The 6th house in astrology is ruled by Virgo, and that is the house of health and service. What's we got here? A couple of people.
Your readings. Well, first off, let's start again. Yes, treat yourself, Anne-Marie. Anna, yippee, and thank you so much, and I think it's spot on. Gilda says, thank you, that's a nice surprise. I appreciate you both. You're very welcome. Marmalena, did I get it right?
Yes.
Your readings are spot on. We are moving forward with projects to get the house ready, and this spring is looking to be a rather social one. Thank you both. Good.
Awesome.
Be sociable.
It's hard to get back in that groove.
It is, isn't
Once
it?
you've been, just
forcibly isolated.
Yeah, doing your thing. I was cleaning the house yesterday too, and I thought,
Looks bloody
I
good.
really hope some people come soon. I miss having.
If you're coming, come right now. It's really clean.
It's
With
not
the cats,
clean.
it probably won't
It's
be by
not
this
that
evening.
Anyway, all right. So the fertile maiden, and Virgo rules the 6th house, which is the house of health. And Virgo also sometimes suffers from something called Virgo tummy.
Oh, it's a different person.
What?
It's a different person because Marmalena is actually watching this. It's Marlene M is the person. So we are mixing Marlene M up with Marmalena. So funny you said
I am certainly not mixing up Marmalena with anyone named Marlene. I know who Marmalena is.
But Marmalena is the only person who's just chimed in now. Marlene M was the person we've been talking to before. So there you go.
I gave a reading for Marmalena. She gave us money, right?
No, Marlene did. Marlene.
Oh, because it was purple and that M is purple. You see how that M is purple?
Happy accidents, I'm sure. Listen, it's perfectly okay. The reading was super relevant. Well, there you go.
I saw the purple M and thought it was the purple M.
We're so professional, you can tell that. You can. We're like a well-oiled team.
I can't see anyway. Even if
Perhaps
I put my
somebody put
glasses on.
vodka in me tea. I don't...
All right, now where were we? Anyway.
You were talking about
Virgo. All right.
Well, yes, because Virgos are not critical at all, are they? How apt and appropriate.
All right. So this is also known as the sap moon, when things start to get moving.
Make your maple syrup.
Some people call it the worm moon because they get moving too to fertilize the ground.
Oh,
They're thawing out. And for us, it is the lunation of Alder, which is Bendagivren. And we could look at it as the bridge between Rowan and Willow, or the bridge between Imbolc and Ostara, so that pulling forward the spring energy.
It really is starting to spring forward, isn't it?
And I think when we put it all together, it's a great time to kind of start a new nutritional habit, right? And nutrition can be for the physical body, the emotional body, your mental good health, right? So in other words, you're going to feed your soul, you're going to feed your mind, you're going to nurture your emotions, or you're going to start a new way of eating so that your body can function better. So those would be good things to do for this full moon.
Would be, yeah.
But you could also do money magic because it's an earth moon.
It's pretty much a good moon for anything, really. It's stuff's starting to happen now, whereas the previous full moon, the Leo full moon, was really only a time for planning, per se. You couldn't really get anything going agriculturally, you know. It's totally the wrong time to be planting and all that sort of stuff. Well, certainly in the gardening zone where we are, it is. But now is the time. In fact, you're starting to, probably maybe even tomorrow, you're going to be putting your seeds in and all that sort of stuff.
Yes, I've been out to the space, and we've laid out all of the trays because people who've been following the barn video know that we're working on the Celtica project, the Tinava, and that we're going to have herb gardens and vegetable gardens and things like that. And I've ordered my chicks because I'm down to just 3 laying hens. And one little bantam who, God us bless her, she has laid more eggs this week than the other 3.
Put together.
But her coop is in a sunnier spot. So it makes a little more sense. She's getting morning sun.
She's getting a rising sun now because it's warming on the east side of us.
But she's laid 7 eggs this week, and the 3 big girls have only laid 3. So,
I don't know. So,
but the bantam eggs are so little.
The weird thing is with the bantam eggs, though, yolks are the same size. It's just you get less white. So it's like really interesting.
Her name is Lily. And I call her Lilliputian because she's so little.
Little dust mop.
Yeah, she's
crazy
very cute. Little black hen.
I know, yeah. So, gosh, chickens are sadly quite fragile, we have learned.
Yeah, I mean, I was I did a lot of research before we got chickens, and they basically said, order double the number of chicks that you want to have for hens, because in that first year, you're going to lose a bunch of, and that made me so upset, but it really was quite accurate. And believe me, our girls, you can't imagine.
They're spoiled.
They are spoiled. They eat only organic food. I grate them carrots and I grate them apples, and they have organic lettuce and they pretty much want for nothing. No. And over the winter I made sure they had extra protein. They were getting leftover organic ground beef and all sorts of things. So they're spoiled, and we still, but some of them are just, they're pea-brain chickens, right? The one morning I go out, everybody was in the coop except the lovely little satin gray, right? She froze to death. She stayed on the perch outside. Everybody went in. She stayed outside and froze to death. So it breaks your heart. Well, it's really hard because I treat them more like pets than food.
We now have an additional evening routine where Lisa has to go out and wrestle the chickens into the coop if they're not in there. We have an automatic closing and opening door, and they're still, most of them get with the program, but occasionally it's like, oh, what happened?
Every night I have to put somebody in. I think all winter there's only been one night that I've gone out after dusk, the door closes. There's only been one night where all 3 of them have been in. But it's always a different combination of 1 in, 2 out, 2 in, 1 out.
Figure it out if you can.
Anyway.
I don't know. They'll get with the program
So
eventually.
back to our full moon.
Anyway, yes, the Virgo full moon.
But the whole idea of understanding the fertility of this full moon is connecting it to Ostara or Alban Eiler, where the light came back enough for the birds to lay. Mm-hmm. And people started going on their Easter egg hunts, for nutrition. You see what I'm saying? It's all kind of woven in.
We teach that in part of the Sabbaths bit of the Craft of the Wise thing. Yeah, it's that's the signal that the light is now overcome.
And nutrition is going to get better because there's going to be more of a variety. Things are starting to bud. Mm-hmm. The sap is rising. You'll be able to get maple syrup. All these kind of things. So, what is it that you want to grow? Right? What is it that you want to grow? Do you want to grow good health? Do you want to grow your wealth? Do you want to grow your creativity and imagination? Do you want to grow in your spiritual work? What is it that you want to fertilize? What is it that you want to come to a place of growth? So I'll give you guys just a minute to think about what it is.
Ooh, we're doing some
We're
magical
going to do
work.
some magic. Think about what it is and put it into a sentence like, I am open to receiving whatever that is, growth on my spiritual path. I am open to receiving creative ideas and inspiration. I am open to receiving wealth and comfort. I am open to receiving health and a healthier way of life. Or whatever it is that you feel you want to grow. Think about that. You got your sentence?
Oh, yeah.
All
Always.
right. All right, so I'm going to light this candle now. So we have this energy coming in. We are opening in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. And take in some of that light into your heart center. And repeat your words. I am open to receiving so mote it be.
So mote it be. That was beautiful. I almost joined in, but I thought, I don't want to spoil it because I really love the sound of your voice. You're on song this morning, this evening, this afternoon. Whatever time of day you happen to be watching.
I don't know. I've had some tea, so. That's a song I usually sing when we do our crown chakra class. So I want people to open to spirit. You know?
Connection is good. Well, if you guys haven't mashed the like button yet, would you be kind enough to do so? Because that always helps us. Also, please consider supporting our work to make Celtica a reality and becoming a member of the channel if you can figure that out. I know it's tricky on a mobile, but I did put the link in the description if you can do that. And also, if you feel that way moved, any kind of a super chat or a super thanks on any of the videos we put up also helps too. So we appreciate that.
But yes, and again, if you join at the sweep team at the $5 membership, it's $4.99. We'll give you $5 in karma points.
Exactly.
So quarterly, you'll have $15 to spend, and that'll buy you something quite nice at our store.
Yes. There you go. Oh, there you go. Well, there you go. She has that effect on kids.
What happened?
Gilda says her 5-year-old stopped to listen.
Oh.
There you go. quick. You can if he starts having a fit of the vapors, you can always play that again.
I think children understand the vibration of music.
Oh,
and I think as we grow older and further from spirit, we don't have the same way of listening to music or hearing the music.
Very
right?
true. We forget to dance. We forget to be joyful. We get so caught up in, I'm so busy taking care of everything, I forget that, the purpose of life is to live.
Well, it's really interesting because I think when we first come to spirit, and come from spirit, and when we return to spirit, we are in tune more so than when we're just stuck in this karmic energy here. I was going to share this, might freak some of you out, but I was with my mom over a 48-hour period while she was basically passing away. And every once in a while, she would wake up and say something, and then you'd try to figure out, some of it, what she meant. And she said, the one time she woke up and she said, "Everything is green and free, and I can hear the music through the pipes, but I'm not there yet." And I took that as a chakra, the Sushumna, right? And that the tones she was hearing were the calling or return to spirit, and green is heart center. So that was one very, these statements that she made will always stick with me, and trying to, figure them out, because you'd say, well, what do you mean? And she would just go back into, her kind of coma state. But it was really a wild experience to have, especially with someone that you were so close to,
For sure, yeah. But
I do think music is part of the light of our soul.
It's another vibration, and it all comes down. It's energy in itself, but it's energy that's played with. That's the thing with music. You make things harmonize. You make things ring. You make things move other things.
And sometimes you can crave music.
Oh, I do.
Like you were saying to me yesterday, I can't wait to hear all the spring bird song.
Yeah. I mean, that in itself is just, one of the most touching things I heard, and if you guys haven't seen it, it's the documentary on I think it's almost like an autobiography, isn't it? Here Within the Sound of Your Voice, Linda Ronstadt. Oh. And one of the things he says, well, why do we sing? Why do we sing? Is it to attract a mate? Why do birds sing? Or is it just like, the joy of just simply being alive? And listening to the sound of your voice, and the magic in that, and the fact that you can make somebody smile by singing.
And music is so emotional. If you watch any movie without a soundtrack,
it's meh.
But the music sets the stage for the next scene, and it can be scary or romantic or whatever. And that's one of the things that we've worked really hard on for all of our videos, including the barn video. What kind of music do we want on this one? And the one that's coming out today, this afternoon's next video, we're driving through that like the Appalachians in a way. It's so we had to have some sort of
It's
interesting
beautiful.
music to go with that
There's
driving, you know.
Some beautiful. Check it out. Comes out at 3:00. Tell your friends. Pimp that all over the place. Especially if you're on the sweep team. You must share this stuff all over the place.
Get people to watch the series. It'll really help
phone
our
up your
channel
friends and say, hey, listen, I need you to do this. That's it. Because we're hell-bent is the wrong word, but you know what I mean. We are determined to be less of a well-kept secret.
Right.
I mean, you know, you can achieve so much when you are less of a well-kept secret, because believe me, there are so many like-minded individuals out there that would love to join forces with us and collaborate in some way to make this a reality. And
I know there are tons of seekers out there
exactly.
who have no idea
we exist.
that this tradition or the store is there to support them.
It's not
Thousands
every
of
day.
seekers.
Almost every day. I'll say not every day, but almost every day I'm in the store. Somebody will come in and go, are you new? No, we had 30 years.
You've been here
this
30
year.
years. I never noticed it before.
I've lived in town for 20-something years and I've never seen
It's
it.
platform 9 3/4,
Where have you been?
know. But no, I do know that there have to be, honestly, just in the United States, thousands of people who want to be more in control of their own spirituality and who have deep questions about different modalities or different paths and myths and things like that. And yes, we are Welsh Celtic Wiccan, but we have, you know, a lifetime of experience. I was raised Methodist, and my dad was a master Mason, and I've studied a lot of different religions, and, you know, maybe I know just enough to be dangerous, but I can certainly by this time say, here's some good information for the path that you're on, and here are the people that maybe were extorting things on your path that you might not want to really give too much attention to, you know. And we are branching out now in the statuary department. Joe is working on Taliesin, which I'm so excited about, and Evnisian. But he's also going to do Buddha and Kuan Yin. We've done Bast, Anubis, Hecate, the Morrigan. So we're starting to branch out into some other mythologies. Hestia, yeah. So we just really want to help people connect with what's calling them, or, you know, give decent guidance.
I don't think we've got enough years left to cover every deity out there.
No, but you know, try to give each person something from their pantheon. And again, that's well researched. When we do something, we work with someone who works with that deity, or who understands or has a relationship with that deity.
I think is key, really, isn't
you know,
it?
I don't just go, oh, let me look in a book and see what so-and-so does. It's not like, you know, dial up, what did they used to call that thing? The place where you kept all the business cards and you turned...
Oh, a Rolodex.
It's not a... Yeah. It's not like
You're
deity
dating
Rolodex.
yourself there, dear.
It's not deity Rolodex. It's...
Rolodex.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody else said something.
Mike's saying he's just discovered Dave the Bard and his music is fantastic. Dave the Bard is
sell
an
his
interesting fellow, I got to tell you. He's
We
a fun
sell
fellow.
Dave's CDs. We have some in our store. Christopher Hughes, of course, turned us on to him. And it's Christopher Hughes who does the speaking in the beginning of the Mabinogi CD.
First branch of the Mabinogi CD, yeah. It's kind of cool.
He's great, though. He does house concerts on Facebook.
He does?
I think it might be once a month now, but it's usually on Mondays as well, so you might...
I hope he's not in a conflicting time slot. Decisions will have to be made. All right.
Well, he's 5 hours different, so I think he might come on just after you hang up from us, yeah.
That's it.
Anyway, so he's really cool. And his wife Carrie's lovely as well. And she sometimes fills in for the tea with a druid.
Something like that.
I think it's called Tree. Philip Cargome did this Again, I
sort
think
of got back to doing it again though.
Yeah,
the last
because
time I saw it, didn't it?
Amir wasn't really into it. I
Didn't
don't
feel
think.
like doing that. But I think it's such a necessary
But he'll have different
thing.
guests. He's had Penny Billington do Tea with a Druid. He's had Carrie, Dave's wife, do tea. They're well worth watching because there's usually a guided meditation.
I got to tell you,
with
I
them,
got
too.
a huge respect for Philip Cargill.
Oh my God,
I
yeah.
think he's done an awful lot. I think single-handedly he preserved Obod, and I think people don't realise that.
Yeah, because
and if you're watching, kudos to you, fella.
yeah, no, Philip Cargill, I have a lot of respect.
You did
for
right.
him.
You did right by that. Yeah.
He really preserved all the work that Ross Nichols had done, and
Well, he knew Ross, and I think that was the thing. You know, Obod wouldn't be where Obod is now were it not for Philip Cargill.
Well, this is what I'm saying. There are some real, sincere teachers and elders that we have been blessed to come across or know personally someone who knows them personally. And we've amassed a huge amount of information and understanding. And I feel that because we are going to be in the beginning of this age of Aquarius, that we are going to be reliving the 70s, there are going to be more and more people who are seeking this information, you know, whether it be Madame Blavatsky or Dolores Ashcroft Nowicki or who, you know, any of these kind of alternative to the revealed religion pathways. We want to be able to connect people with what they're seeking. And, that, you know, and if it is Wicca, then we really would love for people to take part in our tradition, you know?
If it appeals to you. You know, you may have no
Because
interest in Celtic mythology at all.
No,
so that's
but we
fine.
just don't want people to get taken, you know? You see those people out there that are still saying, oh, you have a dark energy around you, and if you
Give me
pay...
$500 and I'll burn this candle for you.
I actually had a call from a young man that had, I say young, I don't know, he was on the phone, I perceived him to be younger. And he was very upset because he had gone into a botanica in the city, and the guy working at the desk had told him, you know, you're cursed, that your ex-girlfriend has cursed you, and that I can take it off you, but you have to pay me all this money. And he called to see, you know, was there an alternative to that? And I talked to him about headology, and if he believed he was cursed, he was going to live a cursed life. You know, I spent, I think, about 20 minutes on the phone with him, and he said at the end, thank you so very much. I really feel so relieved. I feel a lot better. And I understand people have bills to pay. They have to make a living. But don't do it in that kind of way by extorting people or preying on people. So just be mindful of where you're headed and who you're headed there with.
I think so. I mean, any force can be used for good or bad.
Absolutely.
Any energy can be mistreated or misused, and it's sad when you see that. And I mean, I guess if you work in a hospital, you meet a lot of sick people. And in our line of work, we meet a lot of people who are dealing with
psychic energies.
Crises or
and psychic energy
Yeah.
and spirituality and all kinds of things.
So we probably meet, you know, if absolutely nothing's wrong and you're on top of the world, it's unlikely you're going to bimble in for a reading. You never know.
Well, you never know. People
Just
I
my
see
annual
people-
check-in.
People who come for spiritual advice. I see that happen.
That's true.
And I think that people come in for tools. You know, people are always going to, even during the pandemic, people needed their smudge and their candles and crystals and things for what, you know, informational books for what they were working on. And that's what it's about. It's about helping people. It's about hooking them up with what they're seeking.
It is. But my point was that when somebody's in crisis, when somebody's got something they desperately need to deal with, there's always going to be an element of people who
prey
will
upon
take
them,
advantage
yeah.
of that. Be it like the water's tainted, so I'm going to sell bottled water at $800 a bottle. I mean, totally ridiculous amount, but you know, it's.
But that's the kind of
but
idea.
there's those that will gouge. You know, I mean. large petrochemical companies, if you're watching. Just when the price of oil goes down, slowing production to raise the price again is gouging, fellas. Okay, it's gouging. Just saying. All right, then. I would love to hear one day how you came to work with Caradwen as your main goddess to honour. Oh, Mike, that's a long story.
Oh, she picked us, really.
Don't think we had much to do with it.
Well, we knew we were going to do Welsh Celtic Pantheon, and it was a group decision at the time. Some people were very attached to Rhiannon, and others very attached to Caradwen, and we realized that we could still work with Rhiannon even if we were going to be devotees of Caradwen. But Caradwen makes that statement that when the chairs come to be judged, hers will be the finest, and she's also Mam Ir Awen, the mother who gives birth to Taliesin, who gives birth, brings
Mother of Awen.
the mother of Awen.
Yeah.
So because of wanting more spiritual enlightenment, that was the chosen mother of the group, and we've just kept that since then. But I will say, she's not the all fluffy bunny mother that some people might perceive a mother to be. However, she is the mother that will never forsake you. So.
And it's interesting. I mean, we're both fortunate enough to have lived in Wales. For the first 10 years of our relationship, we commuted. Lisa obviously having a place in the Mid-Hudson Valley, New York State, and me, I had a little place in Mid-Wales.
Sarn.
Yeah, no, kind of in the middle of nowhere sort of thing. But
It's beautiful.
But you can't be there, and if you're anything like an emotionally intelligent person, should we call it that, or spiritually intelligent person,
we also,
the land will claim you for its own almost.
And many of the things are named for her. We lived very close to the Kerry Ridgeway. Kerry is Caradwen.
And we're just around the corner from Llanfa Cyrainian, which is where Gwion Bach hails from. So the places in Welsh mythology are actually real places.
Caradwen was really the choice that was the most inspired and the most logical.
I mean, there were little pointers before we'd really started to develop a very close working relationship. You know, like seeing an otter in the stream outside our window. It's like,
the neighbor said,
so rare.
The neighbor said, "I've been waiting 20 years to see the otter. I cannot believe you saw the otter today." It was like,
yep.
ooh.
There she went down the stream. Like, could be chasing a salmon, you know.
I think it again, when people ask me, well, how did you get into this? I said, well, it's kind of like becoming a nun. You don't just wake up one morning and decide, I'm going to be a nun. It kind of is a gradual process that you answer a calling, right? That which you are seeking is causing you to seek. So, I started working with astrology when I was about 12 or 13. And, that's a long time ago now, right? I bought my first astrology book 46 years ago.
Some time ago.
I
guess we're like fine wine now, aren't we?
Well, no,
slightly seasoned.
We've been holding circles regularly since 1995.
Well, you have.
We're starting to be in the category of, I guess, an elder. Certainly we're the elders of our tradition, but you want to preserve the path. It's not like you want to go door to door and proselytize, but you want people to have the information that you've worked so hard to understand, rather than have to start from square one again. So that's where we're at.
It's very, very true. That's one of the things about human development, is that we get to live a shared experience. And we're able to communicate that shared experience through language, and written language, art and music, and
And mythology.
and words and mythology. And so this probably makes us, certainly in evolutionary terms, if you will, somewhat different than the rest of the fauna that occupy the same space that we occupy. Although I think we could probably
much about
dig
them,
a little
I think.
deeper and find out, because I think trees are a hell of a lot smarter than we think they are at this
and animals
point.
certainly have a network, yeah.
But they just communicate in a completely different way. And animals, I mean, even down to bees, they'll do this very elaborate dance to indicate, where the pollen's at. This is, hey guys, I found this great big pile, and they have this very intricate dance. So it is not a human exclusive, this ability to have this shared experience, but we seem to do it well, or we think we do it well. But part of what we do to pass on our shared experience, we've taken an oath to preserve the path for those that would come after us, and we're serious about it. That's what we've given our lives over to, in service of the old gods. Seriously, we're not about, our primary motivation is not about lining our pocket. Our primary motivation is not profit. That's not what we're here.
It's leaving a place for the tradition to survive long after we're gone. Much like Gerald Gardner wanted to do. He wanted to preserve the tradition.
I have a question for you people out there in viewerland, because and there's some interesting things, because I just got my DNA results back from Ancestry as well. Isle of Man, people. I want to know more about that.
Why did Gerald choose the Isle of Man?
Why did he choose the Isle of Man for his Museum of Modern Witchcraft, or his Museum of Witchcraft? Why?
I don't know.
Wasn't a native of there. I mean, he wasn't too far away from it. He was Brundall Sands, which is, that bottom part of Lancashire.
Why there?
Yeah, well, it was Lancashire. It's Greater Manchester now, I suppose, isn't it? But it's kind of interesting. It's really fascinating. Where do we all come from, and how far do you go back to say where do we all come from? Because, the migratory people, the Celts, moving across.
We're going to find more and more out about
much
anthropology.
Paleoanthropology is something that fascinates me.
I think that there's going to be leaps ahead in discovery over these next 2 decades.
Well, if we don't keep trying to burn all the books and tell lies to each other.
Anyway, all right, people.
Off me soapbox then.
So please, whatever it is you're working on, go and find one of those mantra mandala things.
Do it now. Well.
And just use it. That's what it's for. Put it in your favorites, and whenever you feel you want, I am opening to healing. I am opening to I deserve prosperity. Just do it.
It's less than 60 seconds of your life.
And if you keep it as a habit, if you do that as a habit, you will find less and less that your negative voice has power, right? Mm-hmm. So right now you might be in that space where you think, well, those are the things I would love, but
and
which
the but
cancels out everything that came before it. But if you just take that minute, it's a minute long.
Not even some of them.
Do that. You will train the negative voice to say, oh, they believe it's going to work out. I guess I better let it work out. Shut up.
It is. Nature abhors a vacuum. And, if you're going to get rid of the negative thoughts and negative, not behavior that doesn't serve you well, you have to replace it with something else. So there you go.
All right, people, be open.
Yes. Be joyful. Be wondrous.
Be epic.
And we're slightly over time, so we should probably.
Well, we have a million and zillion things. Today is also admin day.
Isn't it? It's Magickal Monday and Mayhem Monday all at the same time. So we got. Let's just finish up. Okay, yeah, got that one then. And thank you so much. You're both so fascinating to listen to. Oh well, thank you for the kind words, Mike. And
entertainment value.
If you feel like becoming a channel member, we wouldn't say no.
Oh,
so there you go. You get a fancy green badge and a broom all to yourself if you do that. Okay, so guys, thank you so much. Have a truly blessed day, and don't forget the next episode of the
Barn comes out at
Yep.
3.
3 o'clock today, and tarot for tomorrow at 8 o'clock,
At 8
obviously.
o'clock
And
tonight.
we're working hard on the rest of the shorts and a million and one other things. So stay tuned.
It's all
and,
good.
And just have an amazing
And maybe
week.
I'll see you tomorrow with the new episodes of the Magical Year and Witchy Wonders.
Well, hopefully.
Peace.
Depends. I know I got stuff to do today, so hopefully we can get to that. So, thank you guys. Have a beautiful day. And if you're just joining us, because I see the concurrent view accounts just jumped up, so if you're just joining us,
Scroll back and
you're going to
listen.
need to scroll back to the beginning and listen. Okay. Have an amazing day. Be well.
Bye.
Be blessed.
Thank
Take
you
care.
all. Blessed be.
Blessed be.